A sensational 3-0, probably the most amazing fatality ever. Falcon progresses through winners bracket. Next up on stage, we have Hollow versus TQT. Give it up for our competitors.
This is going to be cool. It's going to be quite a staple match that I'm pretty sure a lot of people are familiar with. Scorpion versus Sub-Zero. But the question is, what variation is TQT going to go with? Because we've seen him play all three, like, numerous times. We know Hollow specializes in Inferno. You know, he's specialized in Inferno since launch. He's doing really well with it right now. He's won a London tournament already with Inferno Scorpion. And TQT plays all three variations of Sub-Zero. I mean, in this recent patch, Grandmaster Sub-Zero was nerfed slightly. The clone, now, if Sub-Zero blocks an attack while the clone is active, the clone disappears. So, knowing that, what variation of Sub-Zero will TQT go with? I mean, I'm not sure. I can't call the matchup because...
But you sort of have to think, like, how useful could the clone have been against a character like Scorpion, who has that teleport, that on reaction will blow it up?
And not only the teleport, but if you're playing Grandmaster versus Inferno, if you block any one of those minions, your clone's gone. So almost there's almost no point using it in that matchup.
So do you go with someone like Unbreakable to just minimize chip damage? So if you know you're going to be blocking, you're going to be blocking a lot of minions, a lot of 50-50s. If you get that blocked, you just reduce that damage. Because not only, like, do you take no chip damage with Unbreakable Sub-Zero when you've got your aura turned on, you take significantly reduced damage while, like, even while you're being hit.
I see Unbreakable potentially being a better character pick to use against Hellfire Scorpion potentially than Inferno.
True.
Because in Inferno, you can block stuff from full screen, but Scorpion doesn't kill you in Inferno by chipping you out. He zones you to a degree. He zones you with it. He tags you high-low. He catches you with a low minion on a good read. He restands you with the minion that comes behind. You're not really blocking in those situations, and that's not really going to help you. I mean, I reckon Cryomancer's a good pick purely for the fact that, you know, you get the armor, you get the pressure that you can apply.
He gets a lot of good safe strings on block, which set up for really good frame traps. Which again, against a character like Scorpion, he doesn't have a lot of standing armor, so you can kind of enforce that really well against characters like that.
But I mean, Inferno Scorpion though, I mean, he covers all three grounds. He pretty much, in my opinion, can almost eliminate using Grandmaster sub. So it's a choice between Unbreakable and Cryomancer.
I think the
Scorpion
biggest thing
can still deal with both of them. He can still deal with both variations.
I think the biggest thing in this matchup, or one of the biggest things, is that Ice Ball does no longer really work. Because it is the easiest projectile in the game to teleport on reaction to.
Especially with Scorpion having one of the faster teleports in the game anyway.
Exactly.
I mean, if you see an Ice Ball against sub as Scorpion, that's getting teleported. Even if your reactions are late, you can still punish it because it's so slow.
Could be a question of, like, will we see him using his meter for those safer 50-50s using the Ice Ball?
I'm not quite sure if they've done their button checks yet, but both players are getting ready to go. I mean, I think you see a lot of this matchup. I mean, both players are actually aggressive. I mean, we've seen Sub-Zero in the past, how in MK9 he was a very defensive character. But in MKX, he's very aggressive, and he can be played very aggressively, especially in Cryomancer.
Yeah, exactly.
Scorpion and Sub-Zero are basically the most viable they've ever been in Mortal Kombat.
So regardless of the winner, we'll move on to second stage of this bracket. I mean, we're now entering the bottom half of the bracket. We now have our first two round 2 matches set up, so I'm looking forward to seeing Undead Jim versus Falcon. That's going to be a good one, because that's going to be Jax versus Kenshi. So you've got super aggression, but the Jax is no doubt going to be pumped up. So is he going to be able to sort of compete with that full screen with the Kenshi, do you reckon?
I don't know. It's going to be hard to call, but speaking of this match going on right now, we are going to have Cryomancer versus Inferno.
I do think Cryomancer was a good call, especially if he can start laying his pressure on, then he's going to be able to like, really do a lot of damage.
Dog. Linguay scum. Death is more honor than you deserve.
I love the intro dialogues. I love it. But yeah, going into the match, I mean, both players button checking, so I can't call a match yet. Oh, checking the buttons over. Good stage for it. I mean, one of the things you can do, for those that don't know, you can select your character's costume and press start to get the player 2 color. That's what Hollow's using right now. And it looks really cool as well. I like using the alternate colors though. I mean,
some of them just look better.
Well, Kenshi, the black and yellow Kenshi, looks really smart.
It does look really cool.
But the black and red Kenshi looks better.
Traditional, isn't it? Like, Kenshi's always been that black and red, especially if you pick him in like the alternate, which is like very MK Deadly Alliance.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, both players just making sure the buttons are good to go. Almost going to be good to go. Going back to player select, I think, or restarting the match. Either one. But I think Cryomancer versus Inferno will be Sub-Zero getting in and then just really shutting down any momentum that Scorpion has.
Round 1.
Right, so we'll be going to the actual match now, see how this is going to start.
Nice jump tag the overhead, but here comes TQT.
Quite a common start is to go for the down forward, to just try and bag that first hit.
Oh, down ones. Unfortunately, the teleport whiffs entirely. If that would have been a full combo punish. Nice grab.
So quite a sort of really sort of calm and collected start to this match right now.
Oh, lovely overhead. This will be a full convert into more corner pressure. Hollow sitting on 2 bars of meter. That is 2 teleports. Oh, interesting grab. It's tagged with the overhead.
Oh, does get tagged by the standing string, core pressing buttons in between the jail. Jumping punch.
Nice break. Doesn't want to take that slide. Slide is a hard knockdown. That will be a full combo punish. I'm not sure if this combo will take it, but the setup next may do. This will go into a teleport, into a restand. What is the mix-up? Oh, tagged him with the low. Really good stuff.
Smart play from Hollow right now.
But one of the things that Scorpion can do is he has a vortex of his own where he lands the teleport or that minion, restanding you, and then you're free to the next mix-up.
Oh, meager punish on that teleport. Could have been like close to 40%. Against a character like Scorpion, you want to make sure that you are really getting as much damage as you can, unless he's saving it for breakers.
Interesting. You can save a lot of your meter for break, but that said, you can still punish with back 1-2 freeze for nothing.
Oh, nice slide. Yeah, good read on the slide there. Just pushing Scorpion. That wasn't close to the corner.
Oh, tagged by the low minion. I mean, it's very easy to accidentally get caught by that. Quite often you expect the overhead dive kick to come, and then obviously you get tagged low. Oh, lovely mix-ups. Full screen, tagging with the overhead first to make you think that the overhead might come next.
This should be round 1 for Hollow.
Full combo to take this. Really good stuff from Hollow. This will be the first game.
And swift finish using the recently deceased.
Recently, he looks like he's been there for a while.
Do you think we're going to see a change in variation?
I don't know. I don't feel like Cryomancer was the cost of that loss. I really don't. I feel like, you know, there were situations where TQT had punishes, guaranteed punishes, and they weren't punished fully. Looks like it may change variation now, though. That's one of the reasons you'll really see someone go back to character select is to change the variation of their character. We know TQT is a Sub-Zero specialist.
Unbreakable. So we'll see, like, significantly reduced in chip and overall damage taken if he can get the aura out. He's not going to be able to do it from neutral, again, with Scorpion's teleport being as fast as it is. However, if he can guarantee it in the numerous ways that Unbreakable can, then he is going to be able to get that out.
Absolutely. Interesting, though. I mean, it depends. I mean, if you can tag Sub-Zero before he gets a chance to use his Unbreakable armor, then it almost makes the variation redundant. But we'll see how Hollow does it.
Unfortunately, TQT is just getting tagged by most things right now. I mean, one thing to remember about interactables
really risky low.
A lot of interactables, when they're used, like, will not respawn. They're kind of out of action as soon as you've used them. And just like the shield is now gone.
Oh, what a lovely parry, baiting him into pressing a button. And here comes the ice parry that does freeze fully into a full combo.
But at the very least, you know, Scorpion is forced to break, so Hollow is now sitting there. Well, he has a bar now due to the throw.
Oh, I love the throw there, just to guarantee the ice armor. While Sub-Zero is in this ice state, he takes no chip damage.
And reduced damage.
Chip damage being damage that is taken while blocking. You realize there, when he blocks an attack in that state, no damage does anything. Lovely throw.
I believe even for the throw is like an unbreakable option.
Perhaps,
as again, like,
and the throw into the corner too.
As long as you have 2 bars of meter, as long as you're being comboed, you can break out. So a situation like that, you know, especially a character like Scorpion that can win on one read, you might not necessarily want to break.
Very risky slide there. This will be fully punished by Hollow, and this will no doubt be a 2-1 into the minion here, into the restand. Here comes the overhead, tags him, commits to the spear. An unsafe option, but he was confident in that read.
But when you have a breaker available, you will go for those risks. You have the mileage to work with. Unfortunately, no punish, but again, Hollow doesn't quite manage to get the standing punish on the slide.
TQT trying to run in there, but didn't quite have the stamina. And that's going to be a tag into the low minion, and here comes Hollow with a full bar of meter. All 3 bars are available.
That's a scary thought, because Scorpion has access to the safe 50-50s in his EX Spear, and the EX Teleport, so wake-ups are almost guaranteed in that sort of situation.
Oh, interesting jump. Good block on the overhead. Hollow answering back to an overhead of his own right now. And here comes zoning. I mean, this won't chip. And he's full on meter, so it's not like he's going to build any more meter. So this is quite a good situation for TQT. Oh, risky slide, but a good payout there.
TQT going to the down 1 is a frequent option. It is a good poke for Sub-Zero, especially like what can you get from it. Oh, and a good read on the minion, but doesn't quite get the jump over punch that he was going for.
It doesn't quite auto-correct. I mean, sometimes if you tagged by the low minion, such a risky play, but again, the reads that Hollow are making right now are so on point. He breaks that, does not want to give him any momentum at all.
Good reactions to the other. I mean, something you can see TQT doing is he's crouching a lot of the time and then stand blocking on reaction to the minion.
Here comes the stack. One of the things Inferno lets Scorpion do, he still gets that Vortex game, but the minion just adds to his combo damage all the time. And blocks it anyway. Full combo punish, not necessarily. Gets a meter burn slide instead. TQT really bringing this round back. Good block, doesn't quite, is he going to get it? Is he going to get the hit? That's going to take game 2. Really good play from TQT to bring that round back, and he will go for a fatality to finish things. That's what we want to see. Nice. Really good stuff there. I mean, like, it was the all-important bait on that teleport. I mean, as we mentioned earlier, that was a make-or-break situation. If you get the teleport and your read is correct, you win the match, you win the game. If you're wrong, you lose the game. Unfortunately, he will lose that first game, but that does tie things up at 1-1 now. TQT does manage to take first hit, and again, he gets a good read on the crouching minion, so he gets the full jump in. Full combo. That normally doesn't combo, but in the corner does. This will not necessarily be a full convert, but gets quite good damage anyway. Nice throw to keep him in the corner. Oh, it's going to be a full throw there. Miba tries to just get out of the corner, but he is whiff punished by a teleport. Really smart play from Hollow. And this will be a Vortex situation. Here comes the guess. What is the mix-up? Into an instant low. Really unsafe, but such a good payout. Really good payout there. Tags him with the overhead. That's like the definition of high risk, high reward. Absolutely. But I mean, it's so evenly tied up here. TQT not staying on any meter, but tries to punish. Doesn't quite get the punish. Next hit will take this. Oh, and the smart grab by Hollow. Really good grab there. Really good stuff. And Hollow is now, again, he has a breaker stocked. And as a character like Scorpion, that's going to get me worried. Because that means that you might see some really, like, hard to predict stuff when he has that defensive option available. A lot of jump kicks said, really nice grab, because although the overhead there is not punishable by Sub-Zero, you can at least get the grab when he's minus. Interesting read there, not quite the payout, but this will be a spear into the mix-up. What is the mix-up? Will he get the 50-50 or will he go for the throw? That's usually the mix-up. He's got enough bars to go for a 50-50. Here comes a 50-50, commits, doesn't quite get the punish, goes for the down one instead. That could have been a full combo right there. And again, goes to punish on the slide, but quite strange blocks on that attack. Like, you start moving a lot later than you might normally be used to, especially against a character like Scorpion with his teleport. The thing is, he's getting a lot of clean jump-ins, but is not really getting full combos. Right there, he's doing the 1-2-3 string into the slide, but that could have been a full combo, and that would have been his round. Oh, just got the challenge on the slide. Just doesn't want to take the 50. Will he break out? He couldn't break yet, no stamina, but the combo's been dropped. He has to try and break interaction just to get rid of that unbreakable damage. Great stuff there from Hollow. Unfortunately, that very much was TQT's round, but instead of punishing teleport with back 1-2 freeze for the full combo, he opts to go 1-2-3 slide, which just didn't really give him the sufficient damage. He could have taken that round. Maximizing damage when you can. Absolutely. I mean, we will remind you, ladies and gentlemen, not to add to the stress of the players, but there is £5,000 in a total pot here right now, presented by Xbox. Does get tagged by a low minion on his own wake up, forces to use a block normally, or at least use a wake up attack just to get out there, but it will get rid of the bar. I mean, TQT's getting some really good reads here. But it's just when he gets the read, when you get a successful read, your punish needs to be as strong as your read was. Otherwise, you know, if you only punish something with like 18% damage or something like that, then you're not really going to be deterred to stop that as an option. There you go. Hollow decides to opt to break. I don't think sometimes when you break early or late, it's just to deny momentum from the other guy. Exactly. Don't even give him a chance. Hollow's sitting on match point right now. If you're sitting on a lead and you haven't used meter to get there, then you know that you don't need it to make that win. Oh, that's going to be a full combo punish. I mean, it's always a read at the end of the day, but unfortunately his read was not successful. Again, tagging him with the 1-2-3, but I'm not sure if you can confirm that into anything else. At the very least, I mean, because like the one as by itself is a high normal, back one is a mid, so it's actually a better option to go to. But he is winning this round, but Hollow does manage to get the jump kick. The jump kick committing to teleport is very unsafe, but so far his read on it has been 100%. Well, this next setup is huge. Back. This next setup is everything for Hollow. Showing how much like momentum-based character Scorpion is. Good punish. Is he going to punish it? Doesn't quite get the full punish. That was huge. That was his round once again. Yes, this next play right now. This next play is everything for both players. Oh, down 4 low minion. So risky. But he will not take it. The setup next is coming. Hollow opts to go for. I can't even call this one. So he opts to go for a throw when the win was guaranteed, which then gets hit by a slide, and then you get the slide by himself to win. I mean, that was a bit of a scramble at the end. But you can tell it really setting in, like, when players know what's on the line, that's when you see that sort of play. Sometimes in those situations where your game is there on a silver plate, there's the unsafe move, and you get your punish, and you get it. And then you go, hang on a minute, I'm going to win £3,500 today. And then you forget what the situation actually is. I mean, it's so easy for these things to happen, but in these high-level situations where you just need to keep it cool, but more importantly, one of the things we really want to emphasize here is just combo damage. When you get that guaranteed punish on a move, and your next combo is guaranteed, they are literally the training dummy, you need to make every hit count. If you're punishing something for 18%, when you could be getting 40%, I mean, that is a big difference, especially when it comes to conditioning someone to say, you're not going to be able to just do these unsafe moves against me because I'm going to punish you fully every time, making you think about what comes next.
So as we can see, Hollow is moving on in the bracket. We did see our first set that wasn't a 3-0.
I mean, that was good stuff there. I mean, Hollow playing well. I mean, it's Hollow plays high risk, high reward. But unfortunately, in these situations when the combos aren't as 100% as they should be, high risk, high reward becomes low risk, high reward. Because if you're only going to take 18% damage, what kind of a risk is that?
Yeah, exactly.
Setting up this